We are here to strengthen our core, work our abs, do some Pilates for the next 30 minutes. Hey, I'm Preston. Let's get right into a warm-up. You could always skip the warm-up just by clicking on the next exercise in the description. Warm-up, we'll start with some cat and cow. A great warm-up exercise. We'll start with the cow. Inhale, drop the stomach, look up. And then we'll do a cat. Round the back, push the mat away. Let's shift our weight back to our heels a little bit. And then come back up to all fours. Drop the stomach, look up towards the corners of your room for the cow. We'll do one more cat. Round the back, push the mat away. Shift your weight back to your heels. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's improve our fitness together. Up next, we'll stretch out the upper back. Raise the left arm up to the sky. Then thread it underneath the right. Rest your left shoulder on the mat. Walk your right hand forward. All of the weight's on your shoulder. Nice stretch through your upper back. All right. Walk the right hand back to center. Left hand back. You're on all fours once again. Let's do the same thing other side. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Thread it underneath your left. My live heart rate is on the screen. That battery icon is how much of the routine is left. Walk your hands back to center. We'll stretch out our abs with some high cobra. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. Let your pelvis fall down. Look up. Squeeze your butt. Exhale. We'll do one more of those. Come back up to all fours real quick. Then fall back into that high cobra. Drop your pelvis. Look up. Exhale. Squeeze your butt. Shoulders out of your ears. Nice work. So every ab and core edition we do, every session we do, we start out with a plank and we end with a plank. And every time we do a plank, we add on 1 second to our plank. So I think we're up to 1 minute and 13 seconds. Let's get ready for that. So from all fours, step your right foot back, nice and long. Left foot back, nice and long. And now we are in our plank. We will hold this for 1 minute and 13 seconds starting now. Good plank form consists of engaging your abs, tucking your pelvis under, squeezing your butt, having your shoulders and your butt roughly in the same line. You don't want your butt above your shoulders, that's for sure. You want your abs engaged, your pelvis tucked under, your hands underneath your elbows and your elbows underneath your shoulders. You could also do a forearm plank. Same idea. Engage your abs, squeeze your butt, tuck your pelvis under, retract your shoulder blades slightly, look down at the mat. Only 30 more seconds left. You can do it. So at the end of our routine, we'll end with a 1 minute and 14 second plank because this one's 1 minute and 13 seconds and we add on a second each time. Keep that going for another 10 seconds and then we'll sit back into our child's pose. 3, 2, 1. Sit back into a child's pose, knees wider than your hips. Push your butt back. As you do that, I'm going to start up good old Instagram Live. There we go. Minimize that. All right, let's get into our first exercise. Swimmer crunches. Reach to the knee. Make your hands into a diamond shape. And then we're going to crunch up. Reach your hands to your knee. Then back down. Arms out at a 45-degree angle. And then when you crunch up, you reach towards your knee. Slowly rolling down. Slowly rolling up. Keeping those hands, those arms above your head. Nice work. Take a quick rest. We'll do some side wood chops. Come up to seated. From the seated position, nice and tall, hands to prayer position, we'll chop to the left a few times. Really try and rotate out of your torso. You sit up nice and tall. You could also do this with your legs extended. Just make sure you sit up nice and tall. Let's switch sides. Wood chops to the other side. Remember, you can chat with me live. If you're watching live, you just open up that chat box and you say, "Hey Preston, what's up? We're on our way to our six-pack abs, our stronger core, better mobility in everything we do." Seal, 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 seal. Hands come on the inside of the legs, and you grab the outside of the ankles. Feet come up to tabletop position. We're going to clap our seal feet 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then roll back. Clap 1, 2, 3. Roll up. Hold that. 1, 2, 3. Roll back just to your shoulder blades. 1, 2, 3. And then when you roll up, you hold that tabletop. You clap your seal feet together. Try and get smaller in your seal ball. Try and hold that balance more steadily. 5 more seconds. Nice work. Up next, we'll do single leg straight stretch. All right, so lie down. We'll start with our left leg straight, our right leg up to the sky. We'll curl our head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Grab somewhere around your leg. Pull your leg to your twice, and then switch your legs, hovering that other leg off the mat. You just pull your leg towards your nose twice, anywhere that you can grab. Switching legs, stretching your legs towards you, trying to keep them as straight as you can, curling your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat as much as you can, engaging your abs, making them nice and deep on the mat. Up next, we just have a standard sit-up. You could do whatever style sit-up you want. I just want you to do it slow and controlled. Slow and controlled. Try and touch each vertebrae to the mat. And then try and peel up each vertebrae off the mat. As you can see, I need to use some momentum because my abs, my core muscles are not so strong. So I work on that by slow and controlled motions as much as possible. If I try and do it without momentum, I get stuck right here. So I can grab behind my legs, or I can use a little bit of momentum. If I grab behind my legs, my feet come off the mat, so I have to use that little momentum. I'm getting a little bit better each time. You are too. Bicycle with a toe tap. So we'll do 1 bicycle, and then 1 toe tap, 1 bicycle, 1 toe tap. So knee to elbow, then hand to foot. Knee to elbow, hand to foot. So we're essentially doing 2 ab crunches on each side. 1 is the knee to elbow, and then the other is you reach your hand towards your foot, try and tap your toes. The toe tap will force you to roll up a little higher, engage those abs a little bit more. Hollow body hold. All right, so we come down, lie down, lower back in the mat, legs glued together, legs at a 45-degree angle, arms also at a 45-degree angle behind you. Maybe curl up a little bit higher, Look at your thighs. Hollow your body out from your chest to your hips, solid on the mat. Keep that going. 20 more seconds. Really reach in both directions. Squeeze your heels. Squeeze your inner thighs. Imagine you're holding something in between your hands. Create some imaginary resistance. Nice and hollow. How hollow can you make your body? Whatever that means. What's up next? Pilates 100s. All right, stay lying on the mat. Bring your legs into the tabletop. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Hands hover just a few inches up. Legs to tabletop. You can start pumping your arms here. You can also extend your legs out to 45-degree angle or straight up to the sky. Pump vigorously at your side. I'm going to try and count this to 100 pumps. We're at about 50 right now. So either legs in the tabletop, easiest, legs straight up, medium, legs out to 45 degrees, hardest. We'll just do this for 10 more seconds. Whatever you do, keep pumping at your side. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Bird dog. Flip on over. Do all fours. We'll do a bird dog with a knee drive because we're just that good. From the all four position, extend your right leg out to hip height. Left arm out next to your ear. We hold that for a second, then we drive opposite knee to opposite elbow. And then back down. Switch arm, switch leg. Hold the bird dog for a second. And then drive that opposite knee to opposite elbow. Bring it down. Keep on going, alternating arms and legs. Really trying to reach that back leg long. Engaging your abs. Try to take that arch out of your lower back by tightening your abs. Shoulder taps up next. So we're going to hold a plank position. Straight arm plank. And we're going to contralaterally tap our shoulders. So you take your right hand, tap your left shoulder, feet are hip distance apart. The closer your feet are together, the harder it will be. So we're tapping opposite hand to opposite shoulder, trying to keep our torso as still as possible, trying to control that upper body by using our abs, our core muscles, obliques, everything to keep us steady on the mat. 5 more seconds here, and then we take a quick rest, 10 seconds. Nice work. Neck pull. This one I'm not so good at. So you stay. Let's start sitting up here. Legs nice and long. Hands behind your head. First we'll start by gently pulling forward. So our spine's in a C shape. We're kind of resting on an imaginary table there. And then we'll lean back, all the way back, until we're back on the mat. And then we pull up using our hands behind our head. Neck pull, gentle neck pull. Let me just move myself a little bit forward. And then gently roll it back, slowly roll it back. So you should be able to pull your neck just gently to lift your torso off the mat. I still have to use momentum. Lying straight leg raise. Let's do this on the left side or the right side first. Line yourself up with the edge of the mat. Hand can support the head. We're just going to raise our leg up and lower down. Nice and slow. Engage those abs. We'll do one more this side. And then let's flip on over. Lying straight leg raise on the other side. We'll try and get out 5 reps here. 5, 4. Nice and slow. You're almost using your lower abs to Lift and lower your leg here. Great job. That was 5. Small little crunches up next. So lie on down. Lower back glued to the mat. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Feet as wide as your hips. Elbows nice and wide, interlocking hands behind your head. We're just doing small little crunches. Curling our head, neck, and shoulders just off the mat a little bit. Focusing on engaging your abs. So everything right here should be doing the work. Nothing, no chest, no shoulders, no neck. Just focus on your mind muscle connection to your abs as you do these small little crunches. I'm shaking from that because I really focused on my brain telling my abs to curl me up. Oblique twist. Let's do kind of like a, let's see here. Legs are straight. We're going to do what we were doing early with the side chops, but this time we're going to take your right hand all the way behind you, touch as far as you can behind you, then back to center. Rotate over to the other side. Legs nice and straight, sitting up nice and tall. Slight recline, show you from the side here. So I'm twisting, reaching behind me, tapping behind me. Nice and slow and controlled. Cherry pickers. All right. Lie on down, lower back on the mat, legs straight up to the sky. Reach up towards your toes. Small little reaches. Legs nice and straight. Glue together your ankles. Your heels are pressing towards one another, your inner thighs. It's like you're doing those small little crunches from before, but now you have your legs up and your arms up, just reaching towards your toes. Imagine you had some cherries hanging off your toes. You're trying to pick those cherries off your toes. Can you reach up that high? Last 5 seconds. Woo, nice work. Ukrainian twists, similar to Russian twists, but much better. Feet on the mat, the knees are bent. You lean back a little bit, hands to prayer position, and you rotate left and right, trying to get those elbows as close to the mat as possible. You follow your hands with your eyes. Option here to raise your feet off the mat a little bit. And you just rotate and twist, nice and slow, nice and controlled. So either feet off the mat or feet on the mat. Minimal wobbling in your torso and your legs. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Over halfway through the entire routine. Glute bridge up now. Lie on down, feet on the mat, knees as wide as your feet. Hands down by your side. Press into your feet. Use your glutes, squeeze your glutes to lift your hips up to the sky. And then when you have them as high as you can go, exhale on the way down. Take a nice big inhale at the bottom. Then squeeze your glutes again on the way up. Take a nice big inhale at the top. And then exhale, peel your pelvis down, vertebrae by vertebrae, each vertebrae touching the mat. And one more here. Nice work. Roll up. So similar to a sit-up. So have your feet kind of far out in front of you, but they're on the mat, your knees are bent. Your hands are up towards the sky, palms facing each other. Take a nice big inhale. Then you're going to try and roll, peel yourself up as slow as possible. And then roll forward, give yourself a nice hug, grab your ankles, nice stretch. And sit up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. Slowly roll back. The slower the better. Lower back in the mat, peel yourself up. Give yourself a big hug. Grab your ankles. And then roll on down. Nice work. For this next one, we'll come to our forearms. Leaning back, kicking out. So we're just supporting ourselves with our forearms, tucking our knees into our chest and extending them. Our legs are glued together. Option here to come off your forearms, hands into prayer position, and then you're leaning back and kicking out without using your forearms at all. So either forearms supported or forearms on the mat or off the mat. Get those knees in close to your chest and then extend them out. Last 10 seconds here. And less than 10 minutes in the entire routine. Nice work. Frog stand, frog stand. Let me get my mic pack back on here. We're going to come to a very low sumo squat. Sumo squat, nice and low. Interlock your hands, your elbows into your knees. Press your elbows into your knees. Walk your weight forward. As you shift your weight forward, your feet come off the mat. Side view. Sumo squat. Elbows into knees. Walk your weight forward. Shift your weight forward. Balance your feet off the mat. And your feet might touch ever so often. Just try and hold that balance to keep them off the mat. Nice work. Windshield wiper our legs. Kind of, it's a mix between those kickbacks and lean outs with the Ukrainian twists. So we'll start on our forearms, leaning back. Nice big windshield wipers motion with your legs nice and straight, glued together. You could also come off your forearms, maybe just on your hands or maybe no hands, and make nice big windshield wipers with your legs. Stabilize with your core, with your abs, up and over. So either forearms leaning back, just on your hands, or no hands. Great work. Pelvic lift. Same idea as a glute bridge. Feet on the mat, knees bent, hands down by your side. Peel your pelvis up, but really tuck your pelvis. So rotate your pelvis up as you come up. So you're not just squeezing your glutes here to get your butt up. You're kind of using your entire spine to roll up and roll down. You're rotating your pelvis up and under to come up. And then as each vertebrae come back down, your pelvis comes back to that neutral position when it touches the mat. So just nice, slow lifts up to the sky. All right, rolling like a ball, similar to the seal, maybe a little bit easier. So we bring our legs in a tabletop, hands next to your ankles and or on your ankles. Get small, roll like a ball back to your shoulder blades, then right back up. Hold that position. So you never want to roll back onto your neck. No weight on the neck. Inhale on the way back, exhale on the way up. Hold that tabletop position. Maybe try and get a little bit smaller. Maybe try and not use any hands on your ankles, just arms straight out. 3, 2, 1. Nice work, mountain climbers. So we'll flip over, plank position, drive our knees into our chest, So as you do the mountain climbers, you want to remember to keep your abs engaged. Keep your butt down. Drive those knees in towards your wrists. Your legs are almost floating off the mat for a split second. Halfway through these. This also will get your heart rate up a little bit. You could also slow it down if you want. Otherwise, keep up that pace. 10 more seconds. And rest. Last thing we have today is our plank, our last plank of the day for 1 minute, 14 seconds. Step your right foot back, your left foot back. You're now in the plank. A little bit more challenging right after doing mountain climbers, but we are up for the challenge. Engage your abs, tuck your pelvis under, push the mat away, slightly retract your shoulder blades. If someone were to try and tip you over, it'd be nearly impossible because you're so engaged. If someone tried to kick you, they would break their foot. Remember, you can do a forearm plank as well. Just bring your butt down with you, forearms bearing most of the weight. Still the same idea, you squeeze your abs, you squeeze your butt. Nice, straight like a board. 25 more seconds. You can alternate between the forearm plank and the straight arm plank. Whatever works for you. Last 10 seconds, and then we do a cool down. Nice work. Sit back into a child's pose. Knees wider than your hips. Great job today. Walk your hands over to one side of the mat while you're in that child's pose. And then walk your hands over to the other side of the mat. And then come back to center. Come up to all fours. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. Drop your pelvis down. Squeeze your butt. Look up towards the sky. High cobra. Nice work. We'll do one more of these. Come back to all fours. And then one more high cobra. Nice work. Let's do a few more cat and cows. Round the back, push the mat away for the cat. Maybe shift your weight back towards your heels. And then come forward, arch your back, look up, cow. We'll do one more cat, one more cow. Nice work. Let's come to a seated position, kind of stretch out our shoulders after being, let's do a few wrist rolls first since we were on our wrists quite a bit. Just rotate your wrists in one direction and then the other direction. Very good, very good. Right arm across the left side of the body. Hook it in with your left, pull it towards your chest. Other direction, left arm across the right side of the body. Side body stretch, reach up towards the sky. Right hand falls to the mat. Bend over to the right. Look at your left hand up there. Left butt stays on the ground. Come back up. Arms up to the sky once again. Left hand on the mat, then left forearm. Then bend over to the left. Look up at your right hand. Keep your right cheek on the mat. Come back up. We'll take one nice big deep breath in. And let it all go. Great job. That was 30 minutes of abs and core with some Pilates thrown in. If you like the video, please watch one of the hundreds of other videos we have out there. We exercise every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you can join us. Come back every day, stay consistent, and you will get more fit, I promise. Have a great rest of the day.